course, we looked at how to share a document with other people. The Document Inspector lets you check your documents for hidden properties and personal information before you share it. Let's look at how to use the Document Inspector. First, we'll open the To-Do list file. Go to File, then click Open. We'll locate the document and then open the file. Let's add another bullet to the to-do list. We'll add Go to Post Office. Now return to File and click the Check for Issues button next to Inspect Document in the Info section. Because we made changes to the document and didn't save it, a prompt appears reminding us to save it in order to not lose the changes we've made. We'll click Yes to save the file. The Document Inspector window opens with the list of the things you can inspect. Everything is checked by default. We can uncheck anything we don't want the inspector to look for. We'll leave them all checked for now and click the Inspect button. When Word is finished checking our document, we'll see the Results window. The items with a red exclamation mark have information that can be removed. Once we've made changes, we can click Re-inspect to check our document again. Microsoft Word 2013, like previous versions, allows you to compare and merge edited documents. This is handy if you have two similar documents to compare and want to merge them into one document. For example, let's open the document Roommate Rules version 1 and compare it to Roommate Rules version 2. We'll open the Roommate Rules version 1 now. Select Compare from the drop-down menu in the Compare group of the Review tab. We'll select the original document from the Original Document drop-down list. Next, we'll select the revised document. If it doesn't show in the list, we'll need to click the folder to browse for it on our computer. Then select it and click Open. We can choose how we want changes and differences between the documents noted, and if we want them in one of the two documents or in a different document by clicking the More button. We'll choose to see the changes in a new document. Next, we'll click OK to begin the comparison. You can use the Combine feature to easily combine the documents you are comparing. We'll combine our two documents. We'll close the document showing the changes and click the Compare button again, this time choosing Combine. You'll see the same dialog box as Compare, except when you are finished, the two documents you enter will be combined. You may have documents that are confidential and should only be viewed by certain people. Microsoft Word lets you protect your document by restricting editing and adding a password. Now that the final Roommate Rules document has been created, we'll want to restrict access to the combined document so that no one else can edit, reformat, or make changes to the document. We can set up exceptions so the people we choose are allowed to edit either all or parts of the document. Let's protect this document. We'll choose Restrict Editing under the Review tab in the Protect group. Now we'll choose the restrictions and when we want to start enforcing them. We have the option of adding a password to the document here or using the option under the File tab. We'll click Cancel and add the password in the File tab section. You may want to set up a password so only users with the password can open the document. We'll click the File tab, then click the Protect Document button in the Info section. Then choose Encrypt with Password from the drop-down menu and enter a password into the text field, and click OK. It's important to remember you won't be able to recover the password, so make sure it's one that you can remember. Macros are defined as advanced editing features you can utilize to record menu selections. When you record these menu selections, you can complete a series of actions quicker and easier. For example, instead of clicking on buttons and menu selections to add text to a document, you can record a macro and do all of this in one step. For example, the Center Align Text button on the Home tab is a macro. You can create macros just like this to format text size, highlight text, and anything you need to do within a document. Instead of clicking on tabs and going through groups, when you create a macro, getting your task done is a simple click of a button or keystrokes on your keyboard. The first step is to record the macro. Click the Macros button in the Macros group under the View tab and select Record Macro from the drop-down list. Now we will enter a name for our macro. The name should not have any spaces or it will not apply. We need to decide whether we want to assign it to the Quick Access toolbar or the keyboard, and which documents we'd like to apply it to. We'll choose to apply it to the normal template, that way it's available from all new documents. Let's record our macro to apply to the Quick Access toolbar. We'll click the icon for button to choose it. We need to add the macro to the Quick Access toolbar. We'll choose the macro we will be recording and click Add to move it over. From here, we'll click the Modify button to update the name. We could add a symbol here if we wanted. Now we'll click OK, and then OK again to close the Word Options dialog box. At this point, we'll perform the actions we want to record in the macro. Once we're finished, we'll click the Macros button and then click Stop Recording. The best part of having a macro is using it to quickly apply a set of actions. Let's run our new macro from the Quick Access toolbar. If we don't see it, we'll need to click the downward arrow to the right of the Quick Access toolbar and click More Commands. We'll select Macros from Choose Commands From, then select the macro itself and click the Add button to move it to the Quick Access toolbar. Finally, let's open a new document, then click the Macro button to run our macro. We can also create a macro that is turned on using a keyboard shortcut. Again, we'll click the Macros button, then Record Macro. This time we'll select the keyboard button option. Now we type a sequence of keys in the Press New shortcut key, then click Assign. If the sequence is already assigned to another macro, you'll need to choose a different option. Next, we perform our actions like we did before, and then when we're finished, we'll click the Macros button and select Stop Recording.